Welcome to Learn and Go Go, the podcast. Hey guys, this is Sydnee. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go Go, how a preacher's daughter pole danced her way to finding her true self. And you know what? Can you guys hear that? Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, is that better? Okay. So I thought I was being slick and I tried to put a second camera on my phone so I could see I could show you guys something and it's just giving me a bunch of feedback. So off it goes. But yes, it is Wednesday. I am so happy to be here with all of you. I hope you have had a fantastic week. I'm already seeing so many people in the comments. We have Luna, we have Dustin, we have Aaron, we have Lizzie, we have Kyler. Welcome, 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 welcome. And I'm so glad that you guys are joining me tonight. Let me see if I can't kick myself out. That's hilarious. I am stalking myself, but that's okay as long as we're not getting that feedback anymore. That was horrible, and I apologize for that. Um, but yeah, total transparency. Today has been knuckin' butts, and I was really, really like fighting that voice that was like, "It's okay, you're tired, you don't have to do it." And I'm like, "No, I want to hang out with my friends." And here we are. So I'm so glad so many of you are hopping on to do this with me tonight. I may have a special guest, maybe not. That's what I was going to get the camera for, but we'll give him some time. He's being shy. But how are you? What is new this week? I know Kyler was on a podcast, so feel free to plug that in the comments, Kyler, so everybody can go and check you out on there. What other projects does everyone have going on that I can plug for you? I would absolutely love to. You know that. Yes, Luna. It's not a kitty. It's not a kitty. Good guess though. Nope. Um, yeah, today has been, like I said, absolutely cuckoo. Started out, I had to get up early. I had my MRI. Hooray! Hopefully, step one to finding out about the rotator cuff injury and how to heal it so that I can, do really crazy stuff like raise my arm above my head without it screaming in pain, that kind of stuff. Um, but it was funny because the the woman at the receptionist desk I remember from when I had my MRI a year ago, and she was amazing, so sweet, so happy to see her there again. And so they make you wear all of the not going to kill you clothes, like you have to take everything off and put on the like pants and the gown and the grippy socks and all that stuff. And you start wondering if there's like pieces of metal in your body that you forgot about. Like as soon as you're like getting ready to go in the tube, you start freaking out like, what if they left something in during my surgery I don't know about? Because I did read it's all titanium, so I could get a safe MRI with the metal in my neck because I was kind of scared about that. Um, and then you're like, like I haven't worn my belly ring in years, but I'm like, is my belly ring, like you start second guessing everything. The woman that got me in the tube was not very nice. Like, I don't know if she was having a bad morning or whatever, but I was just like, okay, not the best bedside manner for somebody that works with people that might be claustrophobic and freak the fuck out. But, like I said, I don't know what's going on in her life, so I'm not judging. But this is, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that this was my third MRI. The first one, they asked me what I wanted to listen to because they let you listen to music in the tube. Told them, never heard any music. The last one, year ago, I said 80s hair bands if you have them. So it was like Scorpions and Poison. I think Poison's why they had to retake the one shot because Nothing But a Good Time started. So of course I'm like bopping. They're like, we got to do it again because you weren't still. I'm like, okay, sorry. So today, same thing. I'm like 80s hair bands if you have them. Okay. I get like 2/3 of the way through the MRI and there's no music. And at this point, I'm laying there and everything. I got curious. I opened my eyes. I'm like, why did I do that? And I'm not typically a claustrophobic person, but I started like panicking and I'm like, close your eyes. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I'm like singing to myself in my head because there's no music playing. So, like I said, we're about 2/3 of the way through. And all of a sudden, I get blasted with REO Speedwagon. I'm gonna keep. I was like, scared the shit out of me. Not what I would call an 80s hair band, but I was glad to have some music. And then they played Rush, Tom Sawyer. I'm like, again, not what I would consider an 80s hair band, but at least I had some music for the end and no hidden metal in my body that I forgot about. So that was great. All right, let's see here. Kyler says, shameless plug. Yes, please, shameless plug. That's why I'm asking you to share the link for the podcast. Reese, hey, sweetie, I'm so glad you're here. You are amazing. Lizzie says, so much metal in my body. I don't think any of it is magnetic, though. Yeah, exactly. Because that's what I started thinking. I'm like, to be totally TMI, I'm like, wonder what kind of metal's in my IUD. And then I'm having like horror movie visions of it like coming through my abdomen. Like, they did make me take off my estrogen patch, and I don't know what in that would have interfered with an MRI, but I'm glad that I said this because I forgot to put a new one on, and I got to do that after this podcast. Remind me. But if anybody knows why, there were other patches that they mentioned that seemed like they were the kind of patches that may have metal in them, but I didn't think estrogen would. If you know why it does, please, I'm always happy to learn. Dustin says, shout out to Slink Skull at Mountain Wizard Tattoo Company in Pocono Lake, PA. Doing a long drive there next week for my Tromathon tattoo touch-up. Awesome. I also have ink from Slink and highly, highly, highly recommend her. I try to share when she's at different places, so feel free to go to my Sydnee author profile. And I love going to see her at Mountain Wizard. That's where I've been a few times because I've gone with other people while they're getting ink too. Fantastic artist and amazing human. So please support her. So Severian is here. Hi-yo. And everyone's saying hey. Aaron says, I went to do an x-ray when I got my surgery and they glued paper clips to my chest right before I stepped into the quantum leap accelerator. Now, x-rays are funny because, like if you have something metal, it's not going to go through you. Like, did you guys hear about that guy a few months ago? He wasn't even getting the MRI, but somehow I guess he would have had to walk into the room, but he was wearing a necklace and it literally like pulled him into the machine and killed him. Like, cause the metal is some serious shit. And that's kind of like why I wonder why they don't just have some sort of scan to make sure you don't have anything magnetic, like metal that, wouldn't it be worth the 10 seconds of like, just grab some refrigerator magnets and try to stick them on people just to check, because that's so scary. But yeah, the x-rays, Aaron, I've gotten several in the past couple of years, and it always cracks me up because it'll be, the whole skeleton. I've shared some of them with you guys. Let me see. I might actually have some still in here. I don't know if you can see it in this one. No, I think I planned ahead before that one. Yeah, right there above the, oh no, you can't say it. Damn. I know when I got some of the x-rays done, you could see the clasps of my bra just like floating. It's like a skeleton and then these like squares. I was like, what is that? Oh, it's my bra straps. Like, it just is funny. So maybe, if you want to help an x-ray technician smile, you could put like, say hi in like paper clips or something. Make their day. Let's see here. So Severian says, got here, was on the phone with my friend who was gathering shit to bring up to the hospital for me. I wasn't sure if you were sharing that, but since you put that, everybody please send great healing vibes to Severian. as he is in the hospital as we chat. Um, yes, exactly. Russia is not hair rock. Thank you. That's what I was saying. And Erica says, Russia is awesome, though. I'm not disputing that. And I absolutely love that song. But I was kind of like, hmm. And the other thing was, so I wait, and all you hear is like, ka-chak, 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 the machine, which you start making up your own songs, because they're giving you a beat. So you might as well. And I get through all of that. And like I said, they played, it was probably the last third of Keep on Loving You by REO Speedwagon. Then it was like 10 minutes of commercials. It probably wasn't 10 minutes, but it seemed like, I'm like, with what our insurance costs, could you get the ad-free version of Sirius or Spotify or whatever it is you're playing for me? Like, is that so much to ask? But anyway, um, oh God, if you had a Prince Albert during your MRI today, then you would not have a Prince Albert now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, Leah! Yay! Yeah, the funny thing was, so Severian and I were getting our MRIs like at the same time, not in the same hospital, but we should have seen if we could get a BOGO deal. That would have been pretty cool. Let's see. Hey, Hottie, nice bones there. Hush up, Mortimer. I love that. Got to give you more warning if I'm going to flash you my bones. I'm reading it as a, you know what? Y'all are giving me a boner. I'm just sharing. Let's see. Dustin is wishing So Severian a speedy recovery, and Lizzie is sending hugs. And So Severian says that's a good idea. There should simply be a pre-scan. Exactly. That's, like last week we were talking about giving blood and how they test all the blood. And that's why like some of the questions I think are stupid, because you're not just going to believe somebody's answers to the questions, because you could all lie and, like go in and say you're a virgin that's never had a body piercing and whatever. And like, meanwhile, you're leaving and you're banging half the block. They don't know. So that's why they have to test it all. So why would you believe me when I say, other than the fact that I don't want to die, but like I said, I made sure that the metal in my neck is not, going to be affected by an MRI. But what if it was and I just didn't bother to ask? Then I would have been like, bleh, horror movie. But anyway, yes, that was fun with MRIs today for me and So Severian. So to that, I say, Tatiana, folks. And if you are new here, when we say Tatiana, that is a cheers. That is a please take a sip of your adult beverage or your kid beverage, or take a puff of whatever you're smoking, whatever you want to do. Cheers to you. And may you not need an MRI. But anyway, I have this CD, but I don't know what the results are because I do not have a disk drive anymore in which to look at my MRI results. I tried to stick it in the DVD player the last time I got an MRI and it didn't work. I'm like, maybe that would read a text file, but it doesn't. So they don't make laptops with drives anymore. Sad clown face. But hopefully everything is good. Let's see. Erin says, if you know, I'm doing this, but I'm currently making a full-size prop head of Reaper to give him in person. Oh, I hope I didn't ruin anything by saying that. He doesn't usually come on my show, so shh, everybody, shh, if it's a surprise. Shh. And if you have things that are a surprise, tell me before I read the comment so I don't accidentally ruin anything. Let's see. Yes, that's a great idea. Get a TSA scanner to check for metal. Absolutely. When I went to the hospital, it was after I had my surgery, and I went to visit my mom, and I had to go through the metal detector, and I was like, okay, good to know I didn't set anything off. So that's good. Oh, okay. Phew. He knows, and he does pop in. Oh, he's just a lurky. He doesn't say anything. Okay. I didn't want to ruin it. So I'm glad that I didn't. Good. Let's see. I don't know if I should read that one, so Severians. I will just leave that there. Anyway, yes, I hope that everyone else is doing well, that you are healthy and happy and feeling great. Did any of you I know some of you live near me, but who got walloped by the snowstorm this past weekend? And else is like freaking sick of it? I'm gonna raise this arm because I can't raise the other one. Dude, I think we got 14 inches of snow. No. And they're calling for more on Monday. No. But this weekend's supposed to be in the 50s. Yay. So we're all gonna drown. But yeah, I'm not built for winter. And it was funny because Muffy went out back and she loves when it snows on the deck because for some reason she's just like, I can pee in the snow, it's fine. And whatever, it's going to melt. But she knows not to poop on the deck. So she'll go down the steps of the deck out back to like look for a place. The snow was so deep that she couldn't find a spot because like she couldn't squat. And she was so confused. And I'm out there yelling, just go under the deck. It's fine. But I had my mouth guard in. So I was like, boo, 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 boo. So she didn't know what I was saying. It was a debacle. But, if you did get walloped with the snow, did you do anything fun with it? Because the last time was like a month ago when we got all that snow and then it was below freezing. So it didn't go anywhere for like a month. That was horrific. But when it snowed, it was the light, fluffy snow, which is great for snow removal, but not great for like building snowmen and stuff. So it was kind of fun to see snow people this snowstorm because people were like able to have fun with it as much as like I hate it. Let's see here. Dustin says tons of snow. Only benefit is great for chilling glasses for cold drinks. You are smart. I like how you think. That would be kind of cool. Like make like a slushy, like the old Snoopy snow cone machines. Remember that in like the 80s? Only you can make it with booze and like, yeah, okay. The gears are going. I'm not using the snow that's out there right now though because it's dirty old snow. But next time this comes up, that's a good idea. Reese says, I got a good amount of snow, but thankfully it melted. I want those warmer days, longer days, and cool nights. Yes, I want fire pit weather. I want to sit outside, campfire, fire pit, drink in hand, singing karaoke maybe. That's what I want. Muffy wants the pool open. That's what she told me. Oh, I'd like that too. Luna says, I'm sick of the snow, but we didn't get much. Oh, that's good. But I heard or was notified it's going to snow tonight or tomorrow. Ugh, I'm sorry. Hopefully it goes by you. Yes, they're calling for it on Monday here, but they said 1 to 3 inches. So that's not that bad. It's like my manager for work, we had our annual like one-on-one meeting today over Zoom, and she lives up in Connecticut and they have, I think, like 26 inches or something. Like it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And she has a black lab who went outside to go to the bathroom and they were like, where did she go? Because like, and then all of a sudden they see a tail sticking out of the snow. Like that's how much snow they have up there. It's too much. Let's see. Last 2 used the snow to chill my beer glass and martini glass with some great results. I love that. I absolutely love that. Aaron says, thank you. So Sid has a removable face. I cannot wait to see this. That's fantastic. Yes, always got to find the positives. 100% true. That is fantastic. I'm like definitely going to do that because on the weekends, sometimes I make cheesy eggs for Muffy. I used to make them for Muffy and Lexi when Lexi was with us. And I would take the dog bowls and stick them outside when it was cold or stick them in the freezer in the summer. And then when I'm done making the eggs for them, I put them in the cold bowl and it cools off faster. Because if you've ever seen a lab that has to wait to eat something, it's a sin. So this way I could get them their cheesy eggs faster. And so I know how cold that gets. So putting glasses out there is a fantastic idea. You are a smart man for sure. Lizzie says it's been in the 70s and 80s down here. Been super nice since that one freeze. Little chilly in the mornings, but nice otherwise. See, that's wonderful. That sounds amazing in February. I know in July though, you guys get smacked like with super duper hot and bleh, but like this time of year, that sounds fantastic. Reese says, if you were closer, I have property in a huge area designated for bonfires. We could hang out. That would be so fun. That would be awesome. We have a fire pit out back and I love it. I just love sitting around the fire and hanging out and talking. Like that's just so fun. And it's just like taking the time to slow down and connect, because we're always just so freaking busy all the time. And it's nice to just sometimes. So let's see here. Luna says, I'm thankful it doesn't last here. Yes. And Lizzie says, you can keep the snow up there. Thanks. We don't need any. And you'll worry about July when it gets here. Absolutely. Erin says, also because of Lizzie, one of the important character costumes Lizzie got covered first. Ooh, nice. And Luna says, I miss fires, but the bar next door has a fire pit. Very cool. Well, that's cool. Then you don't have to do any of the setup and cleanup. You can just go and enjoy it. That's pretty cool. There's some like beach bars that I've been to, the Jersey Shore, that have that. And the one place we stayed at, really nice hotel, and they had the bar, and then they had several of these giant fire pits with like sofas around, and you could buy s'mores kits if you had, well, I mean, adults eat them too, but like because we were there with the kids and all that, you could buy them and they give you the sticks and the marshmallows and the chocolate and the graham crackers and all that, so you can just take your s'mores kit and hang out and do that. And I'm like, this is great because it's not the cleanup and all that. It's just, there we go. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, really? Aaliyah says, I don't know why I have to either pick commenting or seeing the room. I don't think I'm all the way in. Is it just the tips, sweetie? I'm kidding. I don't know why that's happening. There's always something. And you're on Facebook, so that I don't know. I can't blame YouTube this week. I don't want to jinx it, but things seem to be fixed. And I did all the things again, including disconnecting and reconnecting my accounts. So hopefully, like I said, I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully. Let's see here. Ms. Mary Ellen Thomas, the moral authority of the town of Farwater. Uh-oh. She sounds like she'd be a big pain in the ass. The moral authority. That's great. I watch, well, I was watching, it's over now, but Sister Wives, if you're looking for a train wreck of a television show, my friend got me watching it, and it's about a polygamous family, and it's a shit show is what it is. But now that it's in season 147 or whatever, the fourth wife, the newest wife, they started calling her the moral compass. And I'm like, first of all, no. But second of all, like, I don't know if I would want to be the moral compass. Like, I mean, I guess if I am, good on all of you, because things are wide open. But I was like, the moral compass. Well, Tatiana, when you said moral authority, it just reminded me of Sabin Robin. But yeah, that's not on anymore. What else was I watching that's finished for now? It seemed like I had a ton of shows and they're all just like the season's over. And so I still have Drag Race season 18 and Drag Race UK that I watch religiously. And we just finished Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That was so good. I really, really enjoyed that. And I'm hoping for more seasons of that. So what are you guys watching? What can I check out? Oh, awesome. You made it over here. Hello. Is this better? Let us know if you can be in the room and commenting at the same time. Yes, Hedge Knight did end abruptly. Absolutely. But it was so good. And I love Egg. The kid that got to play Egg is fantastic. So, oh, good. I'm glad it's working better. Hooray. It's flipping. Tonight, YouTube's the place to be. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else we're watching, because Wonder Man was awesome. Loved that. And what else? We just finished Poker Face, which I liked the earlier seasons better. The last season was good, but the earlier ones were better. Um, and been watching School Spirits. What is that about? I have not even heard of this. Aaron, I think they have your picture back there, like, when kids get caught shoplifting at the Woolworths and they have your Polaroid up there, like, watch out for this person. I think YouTube's got your name and picture because they just pick on you. I'm sorry. Oh, Kyler's back. I'm sorry you lost internet connection, but I'm so glad you're back. Lucy says Paradise is back. Was just trying to answer the question about Mary Ellen. Man, and they got you for that. That's why I think it's personal, because they just like to pick on you. And 99 times out of 100, you don't say anything to be picked on. I'm sorry. Hey, Tanya, I'm so glad you're here. Call the Midwife on Netflix. I have not heard of that one either. So that sounds good. That just reminds me of, like, I read Called the Midwife and my brain goes to, like, Handmaid's Tale. Is that anywhere even on the same planet, or is that a completely different subject matter? And let's see, let me get back. This is the whole music. Scrolling through the comments. School Spirits. Okay, that's on Hulu. Or Paradise is Back is on Hulu, is what Lucy says. Where is School Spirits? Where can we watch that? You didn't miss a whole lot. Kyler, we were talking about MRIs and about bad places to have metal if you're getting an MRI. Yeah, I should have just said play metal, and that would have been funny for the MRI. But who knows what they would have picked for that. Let's see. Oh, okay. You have to send me the script. It won't let you answer the question. That sucks. I'm sorry. Tanya says, if you like sweet family medical time period drama, that's a kicking show. Okay, cool. And Luna is also saying Call the Midwife is awesome. Very cool. And School Spirits is on Paramount Plus. I have not heard of that one. Is it about ghosts? Is that why it's School Spirits? Because that would be kind of cool. If not, let's make a show, guys. We'll make our own School Spirits about ghosts that go to high school. Let's see. It's about a girl in high school that gets knocked into a coma and sees ghosts. Okay, not want to say too much. Okay, I'm in. I like that. All right, you know what? Sydnee has started to use her smarticles and has a pen and a piece of paper because I never remember stuff after we talk about it. So we have School Spirits, and we have Called the Midwife, and we have the one Lucy said about Paradise. I want to make sure I'm writing that correctly. Paradise is Back. All right. Yeah, because I always want to watch new stuff, and then I get in front of the TV and I watch, like, the same episode of The Big Bang Theory that I've seen 1,000 times, but I always wind up putting the same thing on. And I'm like, there's a million trillion shows out there. There's got to be something else that I would enjoy watching. So thank you for these suggestions. I very much appreciate it. I even have a Post-it out there on my desk in the living room with all kinds of shows and stuff to watch. And I've watched about half of them, but I never think to check the Post-it when it's right there, or like I'll look at it and be like, that doesn't sound like anything I want to watch. Tracker is back on Paramount. I don't know what that is. Is it the show Tracker is Back, or is the show Tracker is Back is the name of the show? And what's it about? Please let us know. That sounds cool. Girl is Him, Cobra Peyton. Girl is Him, Cobra. Peyton lists who is Maddie Mears. I don't understand that comment. I'm sorry, Luna. Preacher said don't, but I'm going to anyway. Yes, I love the Righteous Gemstones so much. So much. That is awesome. Oh, Cobra Kai. Okay. I have not watched Cobra Kai. Um, and I have not watched Preacher. I'm putting that on. I feel like I've heard of Preacher. Um, but yeah, Righteous Gemstones. If you guys have not watched that show, I about peed my pants multiple times watching that show. And it's not just because I grew up as a preacher's kid. You don't have to be a preacher's kid to think it's absolutely ridiculously hilarious. It's John Goodman and I can't think of his name right now. It's Danny McBride. Is that right? But there are so many celebrities that pop in on it, and Walton Goggins is in it. His character, ridiculous. I love it, love it, love it. I might have to rewatch that again because I wound up watching it with my older daughter, and we watched What We Do in the Shadows because I love the movie, so we watched the show, and I watched that through twice because I watched it by myself and I'm like, you would love this show. And then we watched it together. So friggin' funny. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's about this guy that he's not exactly a bounty hunter, but he gets paid for finding missing people. And he has a certain skill set. And he's also dealing with his father who had a certain neurosis. Okay. Interesting. And is the show Tracker? Is that just Tracker, or is the show called Tracker is Back? I'm just making sure I'm looking for the correct title. Let's see here. I'd love Cobra Kai. Okay. Yeah, I figured Cobra Kai is the Karate Kid. And isn't it the guy from Karate Kid? Isn't he like one of the original actors is in Cobra Kai? Because that's what I thought. Yeah, I will check out Preacher. Luna, have you seen Righteous Gemstones? Redonkulous. Tanya says, when I can't decide or having a rough day and my executive dysfunction is showing, I binge Hoarders. Yes. Suddenly I feel like Martha Stewart. Facts. And I've watched Hoarders like marathons, and depending on my, like, I can get so sad for the people involved, like, because it's a mental illness. It's not laziness. It's not, and I know people who struggle with it. And, like my friend's mom, what we went through with her, like, it's sad. It's sad. But at the same time, like you said, I can just be like, you know what? It's okay that I've still got that pot sitting in the sink because that's all that it's not that, like, no, I understand completely the feeling like Martha Stewart 100% because it does kind of make me feel better about myself when, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And there's a house around here that was just burnt down. Yeah, I had to think about what town it was in, but yeah, and it was a hoarder house, and the firefighters couldn't get into the house to put it out because it was so stuffed full of things. And the person that owned it stuffed that house and then went and bought another house that they were living in. But the firefighters don't know there's nobody in that house. So how many firefighters' lives were at risk trying to fight this fire of hoard? Oof, that's the dangerous part. Is how easily those things can go up in flames and just you're giving it nothing but fuel. And I hate to say it, but certain bodily things are fuel too, and that just crazy. Candygram for Mongo. I don't know. Oh wait, yes I do. Why do I know that? I love that you're just putting in lines from things, Aaron. It's cracking me up. Oh, Ralph Macchio was in it. Okay, that's not who I was thinking. I was thinking the villain guy from the Karate Kid movies, the dojo. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not the words are not coming. Sensei, the evil sensei guy. I thought he was in it. Maybe he's the blind dude. Let's see. So Severian says, Tracker sounds like it could be a Disney movie about two red setters crossed with Taken on an incredible journey. Okay, that is a description. Oh man, it's targeting you still, Aaron. You're going to have to switch over to Facebook again. Okay. Yeah, you were doing an experiment and they got you for things that aren't dirty. Yeah, I'm telling you, you are being targeted and it's not fair. Clear your cache, clear your cookies, start over, use a secret identity so they won't know it's you. I can see Aaron already has a mustache, but I can see like a second mustache over your mustache as you're signing into YouTube. Like, they'll never recognize me. That's hilarious. I'm sorry that they're being mean. That sucks. Lucy says, new show is The Bluffs on Disney. Pirates, coastal, hideaway, hidden treasures, and it's a continual show. I have not heard of this. All right, I will add The Bluffs. I like pirates. I don't want to be a pirate. I like pirates, and I like Disney pirates because I like Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. And Tracker has the guy that was in This Is Us. Okay, I watched exactly an episode and a half of This Is Us and decided I didn't need to cry that much in my life, and I've never seen it anymore. I was visiting a friend, and she was watching it, and that's when I was just like, no, it's too many heartstrings being yanked out of my chest. But I know tons of people love that show. How do you clear cookies? I will have to give you a step-by-step. I will send you instructions. That's on your computer. I don't think you can on your phone, can you? I don't know how you would clear anything like that on your phone. But on your computer, I can give you step-by-step. We gotcha. Luna says it's a great series. All the old characters from the Karate Kid are in it. Okay, that villain guy is in it too. Okay. Excellent. They are the common clay of the Old West people of the land you know, morons. Is that your another experiment? I don't know what to expect from Aaron tonight. He's just checking out what YouTube's going to ping him for. Holy smokes. He'd start like coming up with song lyrics and see if it's like, no. Oh, you can? Is that a yes, you can about on your phone? Excellent. So maybe you can help Lucy if it's a phone thing. I didn't know you can clear your... I mean, I guess it makes sense because you have a browser on your phone. At least a browser. You could also download other browsers. So cool. Yes, sí, señorita. Gracias. Did not know that. So Severian is chiming in for This Is Us is one of the most beautiful shows ever created. Excellent. Like I said, maybe it's, and sometimes it all depends on the emotional state you're in when you watch something too. Like maybe I was just feeling a little extra emotional and it was like into that part of my psyche, and that's why. But I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm just saying like I wasn't shopping for that kind of entertainment at that time. That's the night when the light went out in Crypt. Morty can't see any. I actually sang it the first time I read it. I like got my inner Reba McEntire, Vicki Lawrence going there. And Lizzie's, Lizzie's, I missed the X the first time I read that, Lizzie. I'm sorry. Says I'm still here just dedusting my poor geriatric Xbox. We'll show it some love. Geriatric Xboxes need love too. Oh, you restarted Malcolm in the Middle not long ago. It holds up. I love that the guy that was the main character in that is a NASCAR racer now. Like that's just random and I love it. I can't think of his name right now. But Lizzie. I'm telling you, it has been a long day and I'm tired. But yeah, let's see. Aaron's giving you a bunch of Blazing Saddles quotes. Yep, yep. That's what I said. Oh, I know what it's from. Did you guys, speaking of Blazing Saddles, did you guys see the Mel Brooks documentary, 99-Year-Old Man? And if you have not, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's a two-part documentary and it is fantastic. Fantastic. I think it's on HBO Max and Hulu. And it was just really, 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 really good. And I'm laughing too because in a group chat that I'm in with Aaron, and he put the gift the other day about he was my boyfriend, and like I was dying from Young Frankenstein. So when I just said that Frankenstein, I just thought of that gif and started laughing. So I wanted to explain why I just busted out laughing at my own head. But there's just so many things he was involved in that I had no idea, because obviously the the Blazing Saddles, the Young Frankenstein, the Robin Hood Men in Tights, Spaceballs, all of those. But then there's like a whole other side of his filmmaking that I was like, I had no idea that was him. Fascinating. And he's entertaining as shit too. Like in the documentary, they talk with him and he's really funny. So check it out if that is your type of humor. The night is young and you're so beautiful. B flat. Ah. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies. I love that. Hey, Blinken. Did you say Blinken? No, I said hey, Blinken. I can watch those movies anytime that they are on and just laugh just as hard as the first time that I saw them. And there's like just a whole group of movies like that. Like some movies are definitely one and done, never have to watch them again. But then there's ones that, when you're flipping through, you stop and you watch it. What are some of those movies for you? If you're just like flipping through trying to find something to watch and you see it's on, you have to at least watch part of it just because it's on. For me, Grumpier Old Men gets me every time. I love that movie. Meet the Fockers, because when I grow up, I want to be Roz. That's, I love her. I love, love, love Barbara Streisand's character in that movie. Um, Groundhog Day, because I love it. Excellent. That was not B flat. Okay. Okay. I can take criticism. I'll try harder next time. I'm sorry. Let's see. So Severian says, what an inspiring doc that Mel Brooks doc is, and wise and heartwarming. Agree 100%. Werewolf. No, they're wolf. I was trying to think what else is what I will always stop for. Lost Boys. That it's funny because that's on like randomly. Like it won't be on for 3 years and then it's on every other day. So I don't know what kind of cycle the channels get that they're able to show it at certain times, but I love that. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, absolutely. Classic. Love that movie so much. Quote that movie all the time. Some of the ones I quote daily, like, are never on TV. Like Clerks, I quote 100 times a day. Clue is one that I absolutely adore and quote all the time. Madeline Kahn was in a lot of the Mel Brooks movies too, so a little bit of a connection there. And I absolutely love her as Mrs. White. She's fantastic. And I found out recently that the whole scene with the flames on the side of my face, breathe, they breath. She ad-libbed that. That was just her coming up with that. And it's like one of the most well-known parts of that entire film. And she just was like, yeah, just I'll make that up. Let's see. There's only 147 of them. Okay. I have a message for you, sir, whenever I get texts. Nice. Love that. I don't have any audio on when I get texts or phone calls anymore. I just have the vibration. which is funny because years ago, everybody had their own assigned ringtone. And I had, when I'd get a text, it would go, a text. Wow. There was that. And then my ringtone for a while was Stewie doing the mama, 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 mum, 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 that whole thing. Um, but yeah, I couldn't even tell you what my ringtone is right now. It's probably, I don't know. Let me see. It might be Breaking Benjamin. I don't even know how I would check it now that they've changed everything around. Sounds and haptics. Oh, it's a Hollywood Undead. And that's all I'm going to play before I get pinged. But yeah, like there was a time where everybody had to have their own ringtone and this and that. And it's like now I don't have people call. Like we all text. So it's pretty funny, like that I probably still have assigned ringtones, but I don't know who's who. Yeah, he wasn't a very good illusionist. I love her. Luna still has a good amount of ringtones, nice. And a funny supernatural ringtone. Supernatural as in the show, or supernatural as in like when someone calls. Did you ever assign like kind of, I don't want to say nasty, but kind of like snarky ringtones to people? There's been a couple people that have wound up with that song Psycho. I think it's by Puddle of Mud. Maybe I'm the one who is a schizophrenic psycho, yeah. Somebody, I can't say who because you never know who's watching this, but somebody has Garbage, I'm Only Happy When It Rains as their ringtone. Somebody else has So What by Pink as their ringtone. So I do remember some of my assigned ringtones. Oh, okay, the show. Gotcha. Got the Guys. Wish I could play it for you. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Lucy doesn't have any cool ringtones, but that's okay because, like I said, I have a bunch and I never hear them because my ringer's always turned off. Aaron wants to play a giant pipe organ with a phantom mask on and nothing else. Stay tuned, folks. Maybe that'll be the surprise guest next week. If you think YouTube was pinging you before, my friend, you'd be in big, big trouble now. All right, I'm going to see, since my guest is not coming to play, if I can do this without that feedback. Let me see, where's going to use my phone to invite myself into my podcast. Sure. Okay. And I muted it before. And it's. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, not worth it. Sorry. If I could, I'm afraid if I touch my webcam, I will never get it back up where it is. But. Hi, buddy. So Severian's puppy Alfie is staying with me while he's in the hospital, and he's my buddy. And he was on my lap like all day, and then like as soon as it came time to do the show, he's being shy now. So this is him. I don't know if you guys can see. Look at that face. He's not getting into focus, but his face is so cute. Yeah, he's being shy right now. He's super duper cute. But yeah, I don't think I can add it straight here. But I will definitely post some pictures of him because he is just the sweetest little buddy, and he's my boyfriend. I always am like, hey, boyfriend, and he comes running. And I got him from one of Severian's other friends who's had him since yesterday. And we stopped at PetSmart on the way home, and I got him a couple. Well, I got him a toy and I got Muffy a toy, and Muffy keeps stealing Alfie's toy because she's Muffy. So he's in here with me. You know what? Screw it. I'll see if I can. Because he's just too cute. Alfie. He's sleeping. He's being a very sleepy boy. You can see the mess in here. Yeah. Sorry, I can't get it to work. But anyway, we'll just put that there. See, I told you guys I was going to F this all up. Too close. Yeah, so anyhow, he's adorable, and I was really hoping that he would come sit on my lap, but he's sleeping, and he's being sweet, so we're going to leave him be. Let's see here. Yeah, he's so cute. So, Severian, what kind of dog is Alfie? Because the lady asked me in PetSmart, and I was like, I have no idea. And she looked at me like I was nuts until I was like, it's my friend's dog. But yeah, he's a very, very big sweetheart. And I just wanted to show him off. So to answer the title of this week's podcast, he's not in the mood. Let's see here. Dizzy. Sorry, Lucy. Just trying to get the camera on. Didn't mean to make you dizzy. Lizzie says, we used to have that feedback problem when we both were we're gaming headsets. If you can mute the phone's mic, it won't. I did. That's what, yeah. I did mute the phone's mic, and it was still doing that. So I wonder if I mute my headset and the phone. Let's try it. Why not? We are all in this big ass experiment together. So if I go in here to audio, can I don't even know how I would mute my headphones actually. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think it would work. I had to mute my headset and yell across the room. I love that. You guys are in the same room yelling at each other. Yeah, I wonder if you can see the picture better now that... There he is. Where's my boyfriend? He's so cute. Yes, so Severian, what kind of puppy is Alfie? This was right after I gave him a bath, so he was all like fluffy and being actually very nice to me considering I just gave him a bath. But he's so cute. A Bichon Yorkie. I had the Bichon part right. I just couldn't remember the other half. So he's super, super sweet. Yes. So thank you, Severian, for trusting me with your baby. You know I'm going to take good care of him. And you need to get your butt out of the hospital so that you can get your baby back. But Tatiana to Alfie because he's a sweetie pea. Boxes back together. No broken tabs or extra screws this time. Go me. That's right, Lizzie. Awesome. Don't want to have extra screws in your box. Oh, yep. Lucy says I want one. So Bichon Yorkie is the kind of dog that Alfie is. And he's so sweet because he climbs up so that I can pick him up and carry him around like a baby. And it's so cute because I can't do that with Muffy, and I couldn't do that with Lexi, like not since they were, a couple months old, because they're, the size of like 8 Alfies. So I can't pick them up, but he just likes me to carry him around like a baby. And I'm like, okay, yes, we can do that for sure. So super duper sweet. All right, folks, we have just about enough time left for Pick a Page. So let's see what we have in store for us tonight. If you are new to the program, we pick a number between 1 and 300 and A or B because we have 2 books that we pick from. So let me know a number and a book, and I will read a nice little part from it for you guys. Let's see. So you will gain strength and health and get back home happy with your puppy dog. So says Mortimer Deadfellow. Yes. All right. So Severian picked 37, but I need an A or a B. All right. Well, Aaron said A, so we will do B. We'll do 37B. Why do I feel like we've done this number before? So book B is The Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices by Brenda Love. Dun, dun, dun. Number 37 in a row. Oh, that's a pretty picture. All right, so we have body painting is the picture. It probably had its beginnings with prehistoric hunting tribes and is still a ritual art form in Africa where natives decorate themselves to resemble wild animals or sacred spirits. American Indians used face painting when they went to battle so their gods wouldn't recognize them and hold them responsible for the injury or death of other humans. I did not know that's why they do that. That's pretty interesting. This philosophy is successfully used by those who feel guilty about experimenting with sex. It is also simply a sensuous way to savor the contours and crevices of one's partner. Be careful if you're painting in the crevices that it is non-toxic. You don't want to get an infection. Body painting is not limited to two people. It is sometimes modified to become entertainment at a party. And modified says adding a G-string. That's funny. Okay. So that was our first one. Erin says 16A. Let's see. Oh, and A is my book. Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. Available at learnedingogo.com. All right. I know what this is about. Okay. We still laugh when we talk about the good old days. When I started out, the bars were much different than they are now. Some of the stories that my friends who still work in the bar scene tell me make me shake my head in disbelief. Are things really that different? Or am I just older now and more easily shocked? Surely not the latter. Yep. And I know exactly what story inspired that. Let's see here. That means, give me them butt cheeks. And I love that Lizzie responded with the emojis that she did. Lizzie also says, sounded like a mountain tail. That puppy was 8 alfies high, I tells you. Seriously, though, like, Muffy's getting chunky since I haven't been able to take her for walks. So we need to get her back on track. And we need to get me back on track, too. It's time for us both to get back on track. All right. Let's do one more pick a page, guys. Give me 1 to 300 and A or B. And we will do one more reading, and then we will wrap this up. Tonight flew for serious. I know I say that a lot, but it really, I can't believe it's been almost an hour already. That is cuckoo bananas. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody giving a number in the comments. Nope. Let's see. All right. I'm just going to open the book. And since we started with B, we'll end with B. Let's just go to here. Oh boy. We got flagellation again. We always get flagellation. Let me see. Okay, 175B, says Luna. Oh, Lucy got us, everybody. She got us with the Tatiana. Tatiana to all of you. All right. So we have 175B. And I opened it up to some interesting photos again. Whew. Talk about things that would hurt in the MRI machine. I opened it up to jewelry. But there's the clip is the one that the picture jumped out at me. I was like, whoa, okay. Okay, we have definitely had 175 before because that's the mysophilia, which is the becoming aroused by smelling, chewing, or rubbing against a foul-smelling, soiled jockstrap, pair of panties, menstrual pad, bra, or other object. I know we've had this one before. And the other one on that page is narcissism, which I'm sure we all know way too much about from people in our lives. So let's go to the next one is Narratophilia. Uh, Narratophilia refers to those who are aroused by telling sexual stories or jokes, or reading love poems or novels that include material with sexual content to a sexual partner. Because I'm like, doesn't like the majority of people, isn't that why you read it or tell those stories? But I guess it's the telling of it to somebody else that is what makes it narratophilia. And that is our new word for this evening. Excellent. Uh, Yes, it's NARR, like narration. Narrative. Wait, now I'm gonna have to go back and find it. It was on page 176. Yes, NARRATO philia. So it's like narration, narrator philia, which makes sense. But yeah, I never thought about it that way. Let's see. Anima, or is that anime? Assume snime. Lizzie gets the prize. Erotic literature, yes. Oh, okay, yes. So you were saying anime. Okay, gotcha. I was picturing folks with their hair up, Naruto running at each other. Gotcha. Headbutting like rams. That's funny. And I like that you brought up anime because, okay, yeah, anime porn. I thought Naratophilia, which is another, okay, yep, you guys are on the same page there. I'm not that familiar with a lot of anime, so that goes over my head, unfortunately. But now I'm kind of curious. So you guys always introduce me to so much cool stuff, and I appreciate it for sure. But for now, my loves, I think we have reached the end of tonight's show, and I did see Aaron suggesting we set up a special 2-hour show, and I would love to do that. I would just absolutely need to be more prepared than I am for our weekly hour one, because I just come in and see where we go, and I love it. I love it. I love talking with you guys every week. You guys are absolutely just love, and I love you all, and I appreciate the positive energy you bring to me every week, especially on nights like tonight where I'm just wiped, from my day. But you guys just energize me, and you make me laugh and smile and feel amazing. So thank you. I love you all. You rock. And as always, if there's anything I can plug for you, let me know. Send me, photos. I can pop them up, links, all the things, because you guys are all amazing, creative people and have so much going on, and you need to be recognized. So I did laugh at the ampersand, Aaron. Does this ampersand get you excited? You know what? Some people, I bet, do get excited by that, because an ampersand just looks like a little guy scraping his butt across the floor. Like, if you look at it, he's like, so next time you see an ampersand, picture that. That's what I am here to help you guys with, ruining things like ampersands. But no matter what comes at you this next week, just remember to always take it head on, because if you're sticking your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from your problems, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love